In the amateur baseball world, you sum it up with one word, Jupiter. And if you didn't know, at the end of this show, you will know. It's Jupiter, as in Florida, at the World Wood Bat Association World Championship at the spring training home of the Marlins and the Cardinals, a quarter century of amateur baseball history. Hi there, folks, and in this special, we're going to talk about the history of Jupiter. It's incredible. She's Danny Wexelman. My name is Daron Sutton. Welcome back to the many ballparks that encompass this spring training complex. And when you look back at a quarter century, you see nearly 1,100 Major League alumni. If I may name drop the Braves, Michael Harris, Spencer Strider, playing deep into October, Freddie Freeman, Clayton Kershaw, a couple of famous Dodgers. They played in this event again, close to 1,100. So let's start there, the depth of the players that have played here.
I mean, the talent is unbelievable. You named a couple of them. And these guys want to win this event, but they're also here with their families. Their travel teams are their home away from home, and that's something that we hear throughout this event all the time. And on top of that, you see the moms and the dads and the kids and the siblings all running around supporting these guys wherever they may be in the world. It's Jupiter here in this case. And then, of course, where's their next home? Some of these guys come to the event and they haven't committed to college, or they've changed their minds. They're looking for their home after travel ball. And so we get to share all these stories here from Jupiter.
The tour guide that can help get them to their next home, they're scouts, and there are 30 teams represented here, about 10 per team, so do that number, 300. Just about every Division I, Division II school is represented here, so that home may be a scholarship to play college baseball. You know you're good, though, if there's a golf cart gather around, so the best way to get this piece going is in a golf cart. Away we go. It's like a baseball convention. Gear, key, right? I mean, you gotta have gear. Jerry Ford's new books for sale over there. May I?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Cool.
That's Sutra Light, one of our premier baseball shades.
Wow. All right, so the Rev 1X. Tell me about the Rev 1X. I see Lindor with that sometimes,
yeah,
right?
This is his main glove.
Okay.
He has his logo right in there. He loves it.
Mike, can I have Bat Boy for your team next inning?
Yeah, please.
Really?
I would be honored.
Oh, you make my dreams come true. Come on, Greg, come on, kid. Come on, get through there. Beat it. Hurry. Make me proud, right? Do it. All right, kid, 2-1, cut out. Here you go, then. There you go. You can just throw it at me. Just throw it towards me. Yeah, I'm just a lowly bat boy. Don't even worry about it. You know, that Sutton guy wore number 20. Right there, number 20. That Sutton guy wore that number. All righty. Bang. Get through there. Hurry. Get there. How am I doing, Blue? Okay? The knees, really, I mean, seriously.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. Starts now. A 2-out rally. Come on, base hit right here. Yes, attaboy. Nothing. Scouts and organizations everywhere. Games here. Real ballers from Brooklyn. I'm going in. I heard you had a nickname for him.
Yeah, I'm calling this guy Danny Diamonds. He's like a movie star because he looks like he's one of those guys on Wall Street. Look at the hair, it's like a shark fin. Everything perfect.
Seriously, so you're calling me Danny Diamonds and this is what you have on? Dude, what is Brooklyn baseball all about? I mean, seriously, what is it all about?
Brooklyn baseball is gritty.
Go! Yes, hit him! We gotta set him! Come on!
It's guys that feel like they don't get the exposure that a lot of Southern guys get, so they play with a chip on their shoulder. I think that it's finding ways to get fields, and I mean, there's a million fields down here, and in Brooklyn, it's really hard to get on a field.
Danny Diamonds, that's right.
Waving this right hand, okay? Now remember, when this goes this way, your knee is gonna come that way. So it's this.
Ooh.
Exactly, now you come back with the left, boom.
You think I got a chance of pulling both of them off?
No, we'll just go one then. One, 2, 3, yeah. Okay, my guy. It's a wrap out here. That's perfect.
Can we get some more cameras here? Seriously. Checks out mode, so she does time mode. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm always curious what makes an umpire want to be an umpire.
Not being that good at baseball.
Or you can host. I was terrible. I had an 11 ERA in A-ball in one of your leagues. Where are we going? 4 and 7 right here? All right, so we got game over here, game over here. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for letting me drive you out. So you figure 30 major league teams, they send as many scouts as they're able. Everyone gets a golf cart. In other words, hundreds upon hundreds of carts. If you see golf carts 5, 6, 7 rows deep, you know you're good. You know you're being scouted. Garrett Cole at this event, you couldn't get to the field because of all the golf carts. When it's all said and done, how many carts are out there?
We've got 331 carts on site.
331 carts.
That's about 17 semi-loads.
Wow. Thank you, guys.
Is this work or are you just having fun?
So I get paid for this. Can you believe it? Anytime in. Now she's back in the atmosphere, drops of Jupiter in her hair, yeah. So when we come back, it's going to be incredible. We're going to go all over campus. The stories, the scouts, the dreams, how they came through, and the champions. Who wins it? The bottom line is, it's a great day to be Danny Diamonds here at Jupiter. Boys, keep it running for me, okay? Jupiter, Florida, this historic baseball gathering, the World Wood Bat Association World Championship. Brian Sakowski back with us. Brian, you want to talk about some pitchers right out of the gates? I'm going to ask you about Braden Krenzel, a 24, so he's got another year here. He's a Tennessee commit, Dublin, Ohio. What do you know?
Yeah, these guys that, even from the Midwest, that we might not see a ton throughout the course of a given year, and Krenzel's one of those guys. This was really my first kind of real look at him down here. He was great. It's a great body. He's an athletic bloodlines guy from Columbus. His dad played quarterback at Ohio State. Of course, I remember that growing up a Michigan fan. But just, it's a real easy mover on the mound. There's a lot to like about what he's able to do with his body, the way he's able to control it. It's good velocity, the arm speed stands out, and he can really spin a slider too, Darren. That was one of the things that really stood out this morning.
Trey Beard pitched outside of our tent. You tipped us off, we went over, we watched him. He's tall, he's long, he's lean, he's left-handed, he's an FAU commit.
Yeah, and it's record-breaking induced vertical break on his fastball.
That's that one.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
He's a very, very vertical releaser when he's releasing his four-seam fastball. Gets that perfect sort of 12 o'clock spin orientation on the ball. And the induced vertical break numbers were 23 to 26 up to 28. And Darren, obviously being at the PG National, you saw some of those numbers. We didn't even get close to those numbers, and then those are some of the best players in the class. 28 is unheard of. So he's a guy that, as he continues refining his delivery and refining his command, he's able to put that fastball where he wants to. He's unhittable at 86, 87.
Noah Koenig can be an outfielder, can be a left-handed pitcher. He's a senior in 2023, back from Brampton, Ontario.
Absolutely. Koenig is another guy. Just a hitter is the profile. We've seen him play all three outfield spots. He can do it pretty well. We've seen the arm on display, so it's something of a weapon that could potentially fit in right field if you don't like him in center. He's a good athlete, but he's one of those guys who's consistent at bats, grinds them out, knows the zones that he wants to swing at pitches in, doesn't swing at balls, makes consistent hard contact to all fields. He's just a well-rounded player that we like quite a bit.
While I have you here, if you don't mind, I want to check in on one of my favorite perfect game All-Americans, and thank you for all these pop-up guys. And it's Edward Phelps, Trey Phelps. He's here. You've gotten reports on him. What do the reports say?
Just it's Phelps being Phelps. It's a guy we can count on in any given day to be hitting in the middle of the order and to put good at-bats together and put barrel on ball. He's got a couple hits. I think he's been on base several times so far. He's showing a little bit of versatility, maybe playing some first base this week. He's a guy who usually plays third, but we've seen him play short. Guy who can kind of play all over the infield, but he hits, and he's hitting here.
And what's interesting when he talks about the fact that he's played first, and then, of course, he's a talented third baseman, is you think about these Cardinals as they journeyed into the postseason. They did so with Paul Goldschmidt at first, with Nolan Arenado at third. Neither one of them were PG All-Americans. They're both big league stars. Trey Phelps hopes he is the same, whether it's at third or at first.
What does life look like right now as you're heading into the fall, senior year, draft, college? Like, what does life look like right now?
Honestly, it's just really busy. It's like you're either playing, practicing, working out, talking to a scout, talking to a coach. You know, I'm always baseball. Last year, I always said I had a lot of events that I played in, but I was like, I know next year is going to be even crazier. And now that I've actually went through it, when Jupiter was my last thing, it was a ride. It was a long ride.
Did anyone from the 2022 class give you advice on what this was going to look like and feel like?
Definitely. Tamar Johnson, I've known Tamar since we were about five years old. He's always given me a lot of advice, but yeah, he was like, you just got to put your head down and grind. Like, you just got to get through it, but also have fun. At the end of the day, we can have fun, but we also want to win.
Yeah.
But the thing is, winning is fun. So if you're having fun while winning, you go together.
I love that combo.
Good.
Yeah. You're the third. We've talked about this, but what does that mean to you to be able to hold the name Edward Phelps III?
I want it to be like a legacy. My granddad always told me, like, it's holding Phelps, like, it means something. Like, naming your son, like, after you is a big deal. And knowing my dad playing baseball, playing football, playing everything, basically, I just wanted to, at minimum, fill his shoes, and if not, even better. And I just wanted to keep going. My kid, his kid, I want everybody just to keep getting better. One thing that our coach, I say our high school coach, G. Reynolds, put in us, like, mentally, is you don't only have to love the game, but you need to live the game. And if I can do that being myself, I'm perfectly fine with that. If I can go out and I'm laughing and smiling, I mean, that is me, but if I'm able to play the game right and do that at the same time, that's a plus at every single time.
Anything else?
That's the time to go win Jupiter.
Yes, it is time to go win Jupiter.
Ooh, I got chills now.
All right, man.
Game time.
Following Hurricane Ian, I've been fortunate enough that the damage to my own house, my own street, was, it's considered very minimal compared to, neighbors within the same square mile.
The World Wood Bat Association World Championship on the east coast of Florida here in Jupiter. Hi there, folks. But as we look back over the last couple of weeks, it was the west coast of Florida that was devastated as the globe watched in horror as Hurricane Ian ripped through this state. When you get to know the Florida Burn, they're a championship team here. They brought 2 squads here this year. You learn that they have players up and down the west coast of Florida. That's what they call home, and more specifically, in Fort Myers. Like Tyler Bouchard, a young man who comes to play in this event, a young man who is committed to go to the Naval Academy. And while he's here playing and opening more and more eyes with his play in the outfield, his eyes, his thoughts, his prayers are back home on the family and friends that were devastated in Fort Myers.
It's been nearly 2 weeks since Hurricane Ian left hundreds of thousands of people devastated, with many still waiting for some help.
All the walls around us collapsed. There was still some frame left.
There's been over 2,500 rescues done, over 1,000 search and rescue personnel have gone door to door. They've done 108,000 structures to check on occupants.
Saw a man at church yesterday holding a picture frame of his late wife. Around his neck was a chain with her wedding band. Broke my heart, but reminded me that love is everlasting. Bring love into the world every day, because we'll never know when it's our last chance to do so. Following Hurricane Ian, I've been fortunate enough that the damage to my own house, my own street, was, it's considered very minimal compared to, neighbors within the same square mile. I've been to houses of teachers and faculty that have lost everything, all the way from, a dresser with clothes in it to their cars. They're gone. There's already mold throughout their whole house, and we were fortunate. It was headed about 200 miles north. And living in Florida my whole life, it's really got to be, a catastrophic 5 to, scare us. It really took that eastward turn. So, before the storm, we started to get a little nervous, probably about 12 hours within. But, within 24 hours, you're kind of stuck with whatever game plan you made, whether that's staying, leaving. Because by that time, you're not going to make it far enough by car. the airport's already shut down, and you know, you better pray that you're going to get the shutters up that night. During the storm, you really lose connection with what's going on. You don't hear anything. You know, the news shuts off about 4 hours into the storm, and the last thing I remember seeing is Fort Myers Beach just go underwater. So, you know, that kind of speaks volume about how everybody was feeling. I describe it as eerie, you know, because you don't know what's going on. It was almost like you were trapped, even though, you know, like I said, I was so lucky to be trapped in a house that kept its walls up. My dad's name's Luke Bouchard. He's a lieutenant at Iona McGregor Fire District. The first responders are required to stay throughout all the hurricanes. So, you know, the same thing. Like I said, I grew up here my whole life in Fort Myers. So it's, yep, Dad stays, and you know, we might leave town, we might not. We'll hear from him when we can. He went in Tuesday night. Storm made landfall Wednesday at about noon. I heard from him Wednesday night via a 5-digit sat phone number. And, you know, thank God I picked up, because who picks up on a random 5-digit number? So I pick up on it, and I could hear it in his voice. He's the strongest guy I know. I've never even seen him shed a tear. And not that he was crying, but I could hear in his voice, and he just said, you know, expect bad news, meaning that there was going to be lives lost. Another thing I've been fortunate enough is to receive donations from the other coast, the East Coast where we're at now, to be able to hand those out to less fortunate neighborhoods. And it's really showed, you know, the power of love and the power of community. The other day we were helping out a construction crew that spoke very broken English, and, you know, I'll never forget the way that he exclaimed food when we opened the truck, and, you know, and all we had really was, you know, snacks and water. You know, just the fact that we were able to make his day was something that'll stick with me forever, and, you know, the feeling of giving back. Our purpose here is, you know, to give back on Earth and really reach full forgiveness to everybody. And, you know, I try to instill, you know, the same qualities every day, because, you know, we don't know when our last day on God's gifted Earth is. Just keep showing love to everybody.
And if you want to talk about a calling from a higher power, you could clearly hear his beliefs. He is, at a very low level, bilingual, but it was plenty enough, because he found his Spanish to be a true asset when he spoke with those that only spoke the language, as he helped them through their recovery. When we come back, more from Jupiter, Florida at the World Wood Bat Association World Championship. Eerily quiet as we welcome you back to Jupiter, Florida. It's because 98 teams have gone home at the World Wood Bat Association World Championship. It's Kane's National Mets Scout team, top tier, the talented team combined with 5-star. Those two teams fighting for it all. And when you look at the rosters, 9 perfect game All-Americans. A great celebration is moments away. Let's get to the championship.
From Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, Bradley Link is committed to go play for Tracy Smith at the University of Michigan. He's the number 10 ranked right-handed pitcher in this state. The number 7 ranked shortstop in Florida, Ariel Antigua. 17 years old. David, you guys have scouted him at 80 PG events. As he waves at a breaking ball, down he goes, and a nice job. Campbell Smithwick behind the plate turns it into out number 1.
The top-tier Roos have thrown 15 different pitchers in their 8 games. None of them John Abraham.
High spin rate heater up here.
For somebody who hasn't pitched so far in this event, he's coming in firing strikes from the get-go.
And that's been a friend of his, though that breaking ball was up nearly as he dives into the netting, nearly made the play there.
But now we're going to get Michael Miller on the mound. Miller, a big 6'4", 210-pound right-hander from Medota, Minnesota. Excuse me.
Riley Jackson. We saw Jackson dive into the net, make an incredible effort last half inning. Riley wags that bat behind his helmet. Did it get it? It did. Ariel Antigua, who struck out back in the first inning, and currently is ranked right around that number 100 spot amongst all players in North America. That's on the ground towards short. 1. On to first, not in time, hurrying home with the slide and the run. Landon Morotis to lead things off. There's another walk. This is Chase Meyer. brand new commit to West Virginia, and that's ball 4.
Hoping his teammate Drew Burris can pick him up. Rocking close early, quick hands there.
Very quick hands, line drive center field. It's a base hit. One scores, a 2 RBI single, and an amazing reaction at first base. Alfonso Rosario now. On the ground, into center field. Here comes Burris, hurrying toward the plate. It's 4-0.
Get a swing now and get a pitch he can hit.
He did, and he hits a high fly ball to right center field. Toward the alley it goes. It's run down out there by Tommy Roldan, and that is 5-0. John Abraham, the story. He has allowed just 1 hit. It was off the bat of Trent Carraway. He only hit it about 30 feet. Abraham with the 0-2. Breaking ball popped up. Center field. Drew Burris puts it away. It's a complete game shutout for John Abraham. Top tier, 5-star, they win Jupiter.
Incredible. I don't think you understand how fortunate we feel to be a part of this amazing event. 100 teams and 1 million memories, and by the way, a couple thousand journeys into professional and minor league baseball. All of it ties in. Jupiter 25 is next year in 2023. And by the way, if you enjoyed content like this and you've watched it on your regional sports network, go ahead and find our app. It's perfectgame.tv on any of your smart devices. We'll see you at Jupiter 25. Until next time, the World Wood Bat Association World Championship is in the books. I'm Daron Sutton.